Question creative. Yes. Information. Let us stand for the arrival of the President of the Republic of Seychelles, Mr. Wavell Wamkalawan. If you can remain standing for the national anthem of the Republic of Seychelles. be seated. President of the Republic of Seychelles, Mr. Weve Wonkalawan, former President of the Republic of Seychelles, Mr. Danny Fo, ministers, President of the Electoral Commission Forum of SADC countries, and Chairperson of the Independent Electoral Commission of Botswana, the Honorable Justice Barnabas Nyamazabo, Chairman of the Electoral Commission of Seychelles, Mr. Danny Lika, distinguished members of the Electoral Commission Forums of SADC countries, esteemed delegates, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. Bonjour à tous, bon dia a todos voces. A warm welcome to all distinguished delegates attending the 26th Annual General Conference of the Electoral Commission Forum of SADC countries. It is both an honor and privilege to host you here in my beautiful Seychelles. On behalf of the people and the government of Seychelles, I extend our heartfelt greetings and hope that our time here is not only productive, but also memorable. May this conference and seminar provide you with valuable insight and foster meaningful collaborations as we continue to work towards strengthening democracy and electoral processes across our region. I trust you will enjoy your stay in our island and find the warmth of our people as welcoming as the beautiful surroundings. My name is Ms. Flori Benstrong, the Senior Legal Officer for the Electoral Commission Seychelles, and I'll be your Program Director for the event. Some housekeeping announcement. You may find the program for today on the tables. There are registration tables outside this conference room. Delegates from EMBs are reminded to register and to secure meeting pack. Delegates have received an information note with all details on logistical arrangements. Ground transport is available upon request for delegates residing in hotels at Beauvallon and L'Escale, in particular for medical needs. Delegates at other hotels have access to shops and other facilities in walking distance. If you have any inquiries, please do not hesitate to reach out to any of the support staff of the Electoral Commission, and they may be easily identified through their t-shirts featuring the ECS and SADC logo. Interpretation for meeting proceedings is available. Kindly refer to Channel 1 for English, Channel 8 for French, Channel 3 for Portuguese. Wi-Fi connection is also available in conference room, and the Wi-Fi code can be found on a small little note. Toilet facilities are located on the left as you exit the conference room. Group picture will be taken just before the morning tea break. Kindly follow the guidance of ushers for the area where the photos will be taken. There will be meeting breaks for morning tea at 10:30 a.m., lunch at 12:30, and afternoon tea at 3:30. Teas are served just outside the conference room, and lunch will be served in the main restaurant. Tea for main top table will be served in the holding room, Indigo, located on the right as you exit the conference room. Lastly, we would like you to disregard the printed year as printed on the accreditation badge, as it should read 2024 rather than 2023. We sincerely apologize for this error. Now at this juncture, kindly help me welcome Mr. Danny Lika, the Chairperson of the Electoral Commission Seychelles, for his welcoming remarks.
President of the Republic of Seychelles, Mr. Weve Charles Ramkalawan, former President of the Republic of Seychelles, Mr. Danny Roland Fo, Ministers, Minister Sylvestre Vardegon, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Tourism, Minister Dr. Justin Valentin, Minister of Education, honorable chairpersons of the electoral management bodies of the ECF SADC countries, distinguished members of the Electoral Commission's Forum of the SADC, chairpersons and representatives of the Seychelles constitutional bodies and constitutional appointees, representatives of international organizations, the United Nations, the African Union, SADC, and the COE, representatives of the various international bodies who will be present with us today, ACAS and International IDEA, leaders of the political parties of Seychelles, chairpersons and commissioners past and present of the Electoral Commission of Seychelles, the representatives of SEPs, domestic observers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is an honor and a great pleasure to welcome you all to the 26th Annual General Conference of the Electoral Commission's Forum of the SADC countries, which we are today privileged to host here in the Seychelles. This gathering is another step in our collective journey to strengthen democracy in the SADC region. Since its establishment in 1998, the Electoral Commission's Forum of SADC countries has served as a vital platform for electoral management bodies to engage in observations, dialogue, share experiences, and collaborate on enhancing the credibility and transparency of elections across the region. Seychelles is therefore proud to contribute to delivering the forum's mandate at this juncture. Now, the theme of this year's conference, Digitalization and Youth Engagement in Electoral Processes in the SADC region, is both timely and significant. These two cross-cutting aspects, digitalization, including technology, and youth participation, demand our focused attention and action under the ECF SADC programs in efforts to achieve its overall strategic outcomes, whilst modernizing electoral processes and ensuring that democracy remains inclusive and relevant to all citizens, especially our youths. Over the coming days, we will engage with a full agenda featuring insightful presentations, dynamic discussions, and opportunities to forge partnerships that will strengthen our collective ability to adapt to the dynamic electoral landscape across the SADC region. This will enrich the work of the forum and complement the ECF SADC's vision of, and I quote, a dynamic culture of electoral democracy in the SADC region, and its mission to promote credible and inclusive elections in all the elections to be conducted between 2024 and 2028 in the SADC region. I extend my heartfelt thanks to each of you for your presence and for the valuable contributions which all of you bring to this gathering. I trust that your time here will be both productive and enjoyable, and I invite you to experience the warmth, beauty, and hospitality of our islands during your stay in the Seychelles. Once again, welcome to the Seychelles, and I wish all a fruitful deliberation and a successful 26th Annual General Conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I now welcome the President of the Electoral Commission Forum SADC countries and the Chairperson of the Independent Electoral Commission of Botswana, the Honorable Justice Barnabas Nyamazabo, to deliver his remarks and to finally invite the President of the Republic of Seychelles, Mr. Wavell Wankalawan, to deliver the keynote address and the official opening of the 26th Annual General Conference of the Electoral Commission Forum of SADC countries.
So I'm a tall man. Maybe the mics should go up a bit. Yes, Director of Ceremonies, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Seychelles, Mr. Wavell Ramkalawan, Honorable Ministers and Members of Parliament here present, Chairperson of the Electoral Commission of SADC, or rather of Seychelles, Mr. Danny Lucas, the Executive Committee Chairperson, currently the Deputy who is here present for the Electoral Commissions Forum of SADC countries, Mr. Musotu Muedra, Electoral Commissions of Seychelles Commissioners and staff who are here present, Honorable Judges, Chairpersons, Commissioners, CEOs, and senior officials of the election management bodies of the SADC region, Executive Secretary, and staff of ECF SADC, Secretariat, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, representatives from all international organizations and partners here present, representatives from local organizations also here present, media institutions, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. Director of Ceremonies, allow me to start by extending a welcome to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Seychelles, Mr. Wavell Ramkalawan. I wish to express our gratitude to you, Your Excellency, for having found time in your busy schedule to attend and officially open the 26th Annual General Conference of the Electoral Commissions Forum for SADC countries. We are extremely honored, Your Excellency, for your presence. We also wish to extend our sincere gratitude to the Republic of Seychelles and also the people of Seychelles for agreeing to host this 26th Annual General Conference. A special word of gratitude goes to the Electoral Commissions of Seychelles for their hospitality and excellent facilities that they have put to our disposal since our arrival here in Mahe Island. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also extend a hearty welcome to all the delegates who, despite their commitments, managed to attend this important conference. A special welcome goes to the new commissioners and CEOs from Zambia, Zanzibar, Eswatini, INEC Tanzania, Malawi, Seychelles, Botswana, and Namibia, who are attending the annual general conference for the first time. You may have noted that the theme for this conference is digitalization and youth engagement in electoral processes in the SADC region, as the chairperson has already mentioned. Through this theme, elections commissions in this room will be able to discuss and consider key trends, challenges, and potential solutions to emerging challenges and opportunities presented by the growing wave of digitalization in electoral processes and engagement in the region's youthful population. You will agree with me that despite the assured regularity of elections, the SADC region faces persistent challenges that confront electoral processes and negatively impact on the ability of election management bodies to fulfill their mandate. Top among these challenges is the emerging relevance of minimally regulated digital media space, as well as the diminishing citizen participation, especially by young people. I'm confident, however, that the theme chosen for this 26th Annual General Conference will afford all our AMBs in the SADC region an opportunity to share notes on the subject matter and also to exchange best practices. Your Excellency, this forum has been in existence for 26 years, as the chairperson for Seychelles Electoral Commission has mentioned. During these years, membership of the forum has enabled us to learn from one another, thereby strengthening individual member commissions' capacity in dealing with crucial electoral matters. This includes the holding of regular seminars on pertinent election matters, such as the independence and impartiality of electoral commissions, voters' registration and management of the voters' rolls, building relationships with electoral stakeholders, including political parties, civil society organizations, the media, and other stakeholders. Electoral laws and regionally, internationally accepted principles of election management. Development of guidelines for alternative dispute resolution mechanisms, and also establishment of relations with other organizations with similar objectives. For example, although we are independent as election management bodies, we are, however, required to cooperate with governments in our states. The sharing of best practices contributes to our ability to deliver elections that are transparent, credible, thereby creating an environment conducive to peace and stability in our respective countries. One way of mutual learning amongst AMBs that we regularly observe is that we regularly observe one another's elections as part of our monitoring and evaluation process. The purpose of observing each other's elections is more towards improving our election management practices. Thus, for us, the priority is not to rush towards making declarations on elections, but rather to look at how our elections related challenges may be addressed systematically. Your Excellency, in their attempt to conduct peaceful, free and fair and credible elections, electoral commissions in the SADC region continue to face immense challenges. We are aware that some of the main constraints to the operation of AMBs in the SADC region include unclear mandates, inadequate resources, issues around appointment of and also tenure of commission members, and issues and other challenges. Despite these constraints, I wish to point out that election management bodies continue to play a critical role and in guaranteeing the integrity of electoral processes and also outcomes. To achieve this, we note that our electoral management and administration that is professional and impartial is central to the conduct of elections with integrity. The platforms we have, such as this AGC, will go a long way in positioning our individual member commissions to cope with these challenges of conducting modern-day elections. Allow me, Program Director, to introduce to you by country the Electoral Commission's delegations to this 26th AGC conference. May I humbly request that they stand as I call out their EMBs. CNE Angola, Chairperson, you can stand so that the delegate can see you. IEC Botswana, you can send Commissioner. Seni DRC, IC Lesotho chairperson, you can stand so that the delegates can see you. EBC Eswatini chairperson can stand. MEC Malawi, you can stand, Commissioner. ECO Mauritius, I think the commissioners can stand also so that you can see them. CNA Mozambique, commissioner from Mozambique. Eastern Namibia, commissioners from Namibia. IC South Africa, chairpersons and commissioners. ECO Seychelles, you know our commissioner. INEC Tanzania. ECZ Zambia, chairperson. Okay. And ZEC Zimbabwe. So unfortunately, Zanzibar could not make it today. They could have come, but they've been able to come. So, Director of Ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, it is now my singular honor and privilege to invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Seychelles, to officially open the 26th Annual General Conference of the Electoral Commissions Forum for SADC countries. Your Excellency.
The Chair of our Electoral Commission, Mr. Danilika, Justice Barnabas, President of the Commission's Forum of SADC countries, former President Danifo, ministers, what do we say? All protocol observed. Let me start by saying I am truly humbled to have been invited by the chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Seychelles to address this auspicious gathering of election management bodies of the SADC countries. It is indeed my pleasure and singular honor on behalf of all our citizens, the government of Seychelles, and indeed on my own behalf, to welcome you to the Republic of Seychelles. I'm sure you will find time when you are away from the seminar for you simply to enjoy and bask in the beauty of this God-given country. As the people of Seychelles, we are immensely proud that you have chosen our country to host the 26th Annual General Conference of this prestigious organization. This forum celebrated 25 years of existence in 2023, where all member commissions and pioneers enjoyed the big anniversary in Cape Town, South Africa. Seychelles acknowledges that this forum has grown tremendously and has continuously empowered electoral commissions in the SADC region to deliver credible and transparent elections. This has been so because of the dedication and competence of election management bodies, the EMBs. I trust that your activities during this week will also afford you an opportunity to experience the uniqueness and beauty of these islands and the hospitality of the people of Seychelles. The theme of this conference is digitalization and youth engagement in electoral processes in the SADC region. You are to look at the impact of digitalization and youth engagement in electoral processes in the SADC region, which has become a concern. Despite the assured regularity of elections, the SADC region faces persistent and recurrent challenges that confront the electoral processes and negatively impact on the ability of the EMBs. That is, for them to fulfill their mandate. Top among these challenges is the emerging relevance of the minimally regulated digital media space, the erosion of democratic ideals and non-acceptance of electoral outcomes, as well as the diminishing citizen participation, especially by young people. In this regard, the 26th AGC seminar will consider key trends, the challenges and potential solutions to two of these emerging challenges and opportunities presented by the growing wave of digitalization in electoral processes and engagement of the regions and each country's specific youthful population. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my reading of the theme of this conference suggests that as EMBs, you want to exchange knowledge and share experiences in mitigating disinformation and enhancing youth participation in electoral processes. I learned that some of the objectives of the conference include sharing experiences, lessons learned on digitalization and electoral processes, exploring new opportunities for harnessing digital media in elections, exploring strategies for cooperation between EMBs and digital companies for positive social media impact, identifying barriers for youth participation in electoral processes, and exploring strategies for enhancing their participation. These objectives will surely contribute to strengthening the existing efforts by both EMBs and respective countries. I must admit that I share the relevance of this theme. Seychelles is committed to it. Looking at the 2024 electoral cycle in the SADC region, we have witnessed the dynamics of elections and outcomes, including the changing voting patterns across the region, which have resulted in changes in government in a number of countries, including South Africa, Botswana, and Mauritius. Ladies and gentlemen, the region is undergoing democratic transformation, moving towards ensuring that regular, credible elections and the transition happens under the principles of democratic elections. The challenges that come with this are insurmountable and call for the absolute commitment of political and electoral actors to the electoral process. It is therefore becoming increasingly important to ensure that elections are credible and ensure that the rights of citizens to choose their leaders are upheld and that the will of the people is respected. Here, I must say, I've been very happy with the changes that have happened. Botswana has been a leading example. Mauritius, also, small island state, our neighbor, has led by example. And in South Africa, regardless of what everybody was saying, we today have a functioning government and the will of the people has been accepted. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to emphasize the commitment of Seychelles to the rule of law and democratic ideals. As a nation, we believe in the importance of the electoral laws, the conduct and the outcome of democratically run elections. Seychelles, unfortunately, has not always respected the need to transfer power through the ballot box, as was evidenced in the 1977 coup d'etat that led to the establishment of a one-party state, similar to what happened in many of our SADC countries. However, I am pleased to say that through persistence, we have made huge strides that led to the first peaceful transition in 2020, after 43 years of the same ruling party holding power. And here, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that this peaceful transition happened between President Faure and myself. And this is why we keep talking about Seychelles as an example. Earlier this year, we further strengthened our democratic process by amending the Constitution to have fixed dates for elections. So already I can tell you that next year's elections will be on the 27th September. What is also interesting is that the state-sponsored media has already announced the dates of the presidential debates. Therefore, there is no excuse for anyone to come unprepared. And this is very important in any electoral process. Everybody must know at all times what is happening, when is it happening, so that proper preparations can already begin. Elections, ladies and gentlemen, exist to build nations. And they can only do that when they ensure that the rights of the citizens to choose are protected. This would not be possible without the tireless work of EMBs. While we, as politicians, may not always agree with the outcomes of elections, it is vital that we participate and respect the process that you conduct. Legislation in various countries of the region ensures that the work you do is respected and protected from external influence. We must therefore abide by the rules of our laws. After all, it is through our legislators that such laws are developed and implemented. Ladies and gentlemen, you must continue to deliver on your mandate without fear, favor, or prejudice. Your work ensures that we establish legitimate and accountable governments that are tasked with safeguarding and distributing created wealth, ensuring fairness, while delivering the best services to our people. It is too important a mandate for you not to continue to operate with your commendable integrity and resilience. For our region's elections to become more credible and robust, EMBs must be free from undue influence and remain impartial as they work to serve the citizens of their country. It is worth noting that your forum adopted transparency, independence of decision-making, professionalism, accountability, rule of law, openness, and accessibility as its core values. These are the foundation on which to build your integrity. Building your institutions on these foundations will ensure that you continue to live these values. The trust that the electorate have in you already brings respect and integrity to your work. Living your stated values will ensure that you continue to earn this respect and grow into trusted and widely celebrated institutions. Since the forum's inception in 1998, your annual General Conference's deliberations have been guided by themes that allow for reflection on the challenges that might besiege our countries and threaten democracy. This is commendable and must be transformed into a culture of protecting electoral democracy to ensure peace and stability. Worth noting as a positive development is that the SADC region has made huge progress towards management of democratic transformation through adoption of several regional and international electoral benchmarks, including the African Charter on Democracy, Elections and Governance, the revised SADC principles governing democratic elections in SADC region, the revised principles for management, monitoring and observation, and the model elections law produced by SADC PF, of which I am proud to have been part of that. All these instruments provide for periodic democratic elections, governance, and adherence to the rule of law in general. The benchmarks are complemented by the SADC efforts in establishing the Charter while strengthening the regionally customized electoral management mechanisms, including the establishment of the SADC Electoral Advisory Council, SEAC, which undertakes the advisory role to governments in the management of elections. On the other hand, EMBs on the African continent, the ECF SADC, and its member commissions are grappling with the question of how to harness the opportunities presented by the ongoing wave of digitalization and to effectively mitigate the risk posed by the negative use of the digital media space. The electoral commissions of Forum of SADC countries contributed to the development of the principles and guidelines for the use of digital and social media by the Association of African Electoral Authorities and the Electoral Commission of South Africa. The guidelines are indeed handy and a professional guide that provides various aspects pertaining to the use of digital and social media and practical measures for domestication at country level. After all these reflections, I am pleased to note that the SADC region now boasts of functional electoral management authorities in all member states. It is also pleasing to note that almost all governments in the region recognize and support the forum financially through annual membership subscriptions in order for it to deliver its noble mandate. Groupings like this forum are critical in the region for future standardization, continuous improvement of management of elections, and promotion of the establishment of election-related conflict management systems. I would like to take this opportunity to encourage governments in the region to adequately finance both the EMBs and the forum to enable their functioning. Given this show of our commitment, the region has attracted electoral assistance from international cooperating partners through capacity building to facilitate successful conduct of elections in the region. Organizations represented in this official opening session of the conference continue to establish partnerships and networks that are beneficial to the forum and its members. To this, we are truly thankful. Ladies and gentlemen, in closing, I would like to congratulate the forum's tireless and persistent efforts in encouraging the development and the promotion of electoral democracy in the region. I would like to reiterate the Government of Seychelles' support for the forum in building capacity and sharing knowledge among the members. Your collaborative efforts will ensure that you continue to build each other into more credible, independent, capable, and competent electoral management bodies. I ask you to continue to share your knowledge, electoral expertise, and experience with each other, as it can only lead to positive results for all the citizens of the region. And at this point, as you deliberate on your theme, obviously, please, 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 look for ways for us to encourage our young people to participate, because after all, it's their It's their future that they are partaking in. And if they don't, somebody else will, and they might regret what they end up with. So we have to use the social media, which is the main tool of our young people. They all have a smartphone. They stay in their rooms with their computers and laptops and explore all manner of, they go through all manner of adventures. So we have to find ways to say to our youth, it is your country, it is your future, therefore participate. So at the same time, as we look at youth voter apathy, maybe we should also look at general apathy. And it has been encouraging to note the percentage of voter turnout in all our SADC countries. Botswana made a remarkable score. Same for Mauritius, same for South Africa, and even Mozambique, regardless of the issues that they've been going through. Again, people turned out, and this gives the complete participation of the whole population and makes the results more credible, because it then becomes truly the choice of the people. So I want to wish you success in your deliberations. I know we are in a hall surrounded by able and professional, dedicated men and women who want to ensure that democracy thrives in not only in the SADC region, but also in our continent, the African continent, for which we all have a soft spot and for which we all wish the very best. So, ladies and gentlemen, with these words, it is my pleasure to declare this conference officially open. I wish you all the very best. I thank you.
On behalf of the Electoral Commission Seychelles, we would like to thank you, Mr. President, for making the time to officiate the opening ceremony of the 26th Annual General Conference of the Electoral Commission Forum of SADC countries. Kindly note that there has been a slight change to our program regarding the vote of thanks. Thus, it is now my pleasure to announce that this will be delivered by Mr. Mosoto Moipia, the Electoral Commission Forum of SADC countries, Executive Committee Vice Chairperson, and the Chairperson of the Electoral Commission of South Africa. Please.
Thank you, Program Director. Let me respect this time and be brief. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Seychelles, Mr. Wavell Ramkalawan, former President of the Republic of Seychelles, Mr. Danny Fore, honorable ministers and members of Parliament present here, the ECF SADC President, Honorable Justice Barnabas Nyamadzabo, Chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Seychelles, and colleague, Mr. Danny Lucas, Electoral Commission of Seychelles, its member commissioners and staff, we are truly grateful. Honorable chairpersons, commissioners, CEOs, and senior officials from all of our commissions here, election management bodies in the region, guests at this august assembly, representatives from all international organizations and partners present here, representatives from local organizations, the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Cicero once said, and I quote, "Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others," I close quote. In giving the vote of thanks on behalf of the Electoral Commission's Forum of SADC countries and on my own behalf, please permit me to thank the President of the Republic of Seychelles for this excellent address to us that has captured us, that has given us energy to go forward in the next few days, reflecting on the challenges and the achievements that SADC needs to accomplish. Thank you for taking the time and this moment away from all the important business of government to be with us and to inspire us. We are grateful, Your Excellency. We are humbled that the government and people of Seychelles have effectively supported the Electoral Commission of Seychelles to make this annual General Conference a reality. We all appreciate the continued cooperation and support by the government in issues of national interest, such as elections and democracy. It is my distinct honor and privilege to extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude on behalf of SADC ECF to all distinguished guests and special participants in this gathering, marking the official opening this morning as the President has done, and allowing for us to spend a memorable week together. We thank the Chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Seychelles and our valued colleague, Mr. Danny Lucas, and his team for the warm and soothing welcome that we have received ever since we got to these shores. On behalf of the ECF SADC countries, I wish to express our deep gratitude to the government and the Electoral Commission for honoring their rota and graciously agreeing to host us on this occasion. We appreciate your tireless efforts and everything you have put at our disposal, and for our comfort. We do not take it for granted that this is work that almost takes the whole nation to prepare. To you we say thank you. My job will not be done without extending thanks to all the member commissions that have made it to this country. How we wish Zanzibar would have been with us, but we understand that challenges persist, and so we think of them even as we meet together. We want to specifically appreciate the electoral commissions that have just concluded their elections and have found it necessary to be here despite ongoing post-election activities that they are involved in. These are Mozambique, Botswana, Mauritius, and recently Namibia. South Africa had gone a little earlier, but we are grateful to all of you. We are really encouraged and motivated to continue the spirit of peer exchange and networks amongst us. We acknowledge the determination of distinguished speakers who are going to share with us their expertise on the theme that has been aptly named Digitalisation and Youth Engagement in Electoral Processes in the SADC region. We appreciate the individuals themselves and the organizations that they represent in this august gathering. We are gratified with the gesture and support by the International IDEA and the European Union, who have kindly agreed to make a financial contribution towards some items in relation to the seminar and the work that we would be doing this week. I cannot conclude my remarks without expressing our appreciation to the drivers, the interpreters, staff at various hotels, and our own teams that have worked tirelessly to ensure that this assembly is indeed very, very successful and memorable. All of them are worthy of our collective commendation for their efforts to make our stay in this beautiful country comfortable. We have ahead of us a number of activities to conclude even as we undertake the 26th Annual General Conference. I humbly encourage all of us to work together and enjoy this piece of assignment that we have even as we get engaged. Together, we can continue to support each other in building sustainable and credible institutions in our own country and in the region. May cooperation among electoral commissions continue to grow from strength to strength in our region. I want to heartily thank all of you. Thank you indeed.
Thank you, Mr. Moipia. It is now almost 10:40, and we are shortly behind schedule. So if we can now proceed for the group photo session in this order. So the first group photo will consist of the President of the Republic of Seychelles, all chairpersons of EMBs, and respected leaders of delegations. Kindly follow ushers for direction and exact place for the photo to be taken. Second group, to join the first group, will be commissioners and CEOs of EMBs, and lastly, all participants. Thank you. After the group photo, please note you are welcome for tea outside the conference room. And from 11, the annual general conference will commence, and this will be a closed session attended by EMBs only. Tomorrow, we shall meet same time, same place, and don't forget to register. Thank you very much.